Happy freaking Saturday, everybody. From coast to coast, from sea to shining sea, it's 4 hours till midnight here in the Mile High, the Spyderco capital of the world. And I'm pumped, baby. I'm pumped because we're live. Go ahead and Spartan kick that like button one time and let the world know that we're here. We're going to talk about knives, I think. I mean, that's a pretty good guess, right? Sometimes we go way off topic, but that's okay. Because I'm here to talk to you, the people that support the channel, the people that tune into the live streams, that watch the regular content, that like, that comment, those of you who subscribe, and of course, special shout out to my channel members. That's right. I see you guys rooting for the channel so hard. And guys, we're getting close to that first really big milestone. You know, the thing about having a knife and EDC channel is that we're a very small community in the scheme of things. Like, you know, you look at the finance world, massive community. You look at just about every other niche, and they're massive communities. So in the scheme of things, the knife community, at least on YouTube, is not massive in comparison, just for context. So the first big milestone for a lot of channels starting out is 1,000 subscribers. And that first pull to 1,000 can feel like it takes forever. And then the next is 5,000 subscribers. And most channels never make it that far because it takes a lot to make content good enough for people to say, you know what, I want to follow this channel till the end of time. And that's usually what it takes to get to 5. And then the next big one after that is 10. But 10 is truly a big one. 10 is where the YouTube community starts to take you a bit more seriously. The algorithm sometimes starts to take you a bit more seriously. And we're somewhere in the realm of 600 subscribers shy, 680 some. Math is not my strong suit, but I'll tell you this. Every day we get a little bit closer, and it would not be possible without you. So on a serious note, thank you guys so much for continuing to ride with the channel and put up with my monologues. Now, with that being said, I did notice in the last live stream, at least on the playback, there was some fuzziness. And you guys will have to let me know, is there fuzziness behind the audio? Because I noticed it and I was like, wow, nobody mentioned it. But it bothered me. So let me know if you can hear any fuzziness in the background. I don't know if maybe I just have my fan on high, but that would definitely help. It would help me because I'm OCD about those things. But shout out to Leafy Wiggy, first person in the chat. Round of applause. And he uses that momentous occasion to say, pokes holes in the boat. You know, my thing is that I frequently rock the boat. And I'm always told, you know, like the nail that sticks out gets hammered. So I thought it was a proper occasion to do that, to name this episode of my live stream, Don't Rock the Boat. And you know what? We might get into that a little bit later. We might show you that not only am I the connoisseur and collector of all things sharp and shiny, I am in fact a connoisseur of unpopular opinions. Leafy Wiggy, good to see you, man. Welcome into Marco, first channel member in the chat. Thanks for being a channel member, Marco. We got Bluetooth Blades, Ground Fog, Lefty Knife Guy, another channel member. Good to see you, man. Craig Vincent, what's up? Addicted to Blades, Mike and Ike's EDC. Jim Miller showing up on a Saturday evening. Jim, I hope you're staying safe, man. I heard you were in the hurricane zone, I believe, and I hope that everything's going all right. I talked to other channels, and there's a good amount of channels that are in the hurricane. I'm calling it the hurricane zone because it's hitting so many people. And I'm getting varying stories. Some people are minorly affected. Some people are majorly affected. All of you out there in the hurricane zone, if you have power and you're using it to watch this live stream, thank you. Stay safe. Absolutely. Absolutely. We're going to keep it rolling. Be Devious, what's up, man? Hold on. I'm scrolling. Jim says, just finished a massive plate of spaghetti and getting the sauce off my tablet. Spaghetti sauce is kind of like chocolate. You eat it and then it gets everywhere. That's just been my experience anyways. Oh, Lefty says, my typing is handicapped. Burnt my fingers. Ooh, sorry, man. Burns are some of the worst. Burns and hangnails, stubbed toes. Absolutely the worst. John Tagamori in the house. What's up, man? Good to see you. Bluetooth Blade says, I'm carrying my paramilitary 2 and K390. Never get tired of it. K390. You know, very few knife companies are brave enough to make knives in K390 because the steel is so wear resistant that it when you machine it, you go through the consumable parts so much more than if you were to make a steel like S35VN. That's why we don't see too many companies being like, we'll use K390. Spyderco's like, screw it, send it. One of these days, I'm going to check out some K390. Oh, man. Lone Star Talboy, welcome in. And welcome into Ron Crow, both channel members. Good to see you, fellas. Lone Star says, my carry of the day is the sencut Actium. Very cool. I didn't take you as a sencut guy. I stand corrected. I must be wearing my orthopedic shoes. Rambo Adventures in the house says, Thailand in the house, Bloody Mary Sunday. All right. Hey, have one for me. Have one for me. All right. Ron Crow says, there are woodworker YouTube millionaires. It's true. It is very true. That's a different niche than the knife community, though. Just saying. I remember one time. I'm going to reminisce. I'm going to wax on the past. There was a live stream one time. I think it was like over a year ago, and I made a comment. I was just like, you know, I wonder if there's a community for people who love Dutch ovens. And sure enough, there are channels that specifically make content about Dutch ovens. And they have a strong following. Yeah, never underestimating that again. That was an experience. Sterling Stute says 10 is when you design your own knife. You know, I'll be completely candid on this topic. I think that the community is tapped out for a little bit when it comes to content creators designing knives. You know, I've had a design bouncing around in my head for a while now, and I have the bullet point list of the things that would be important for me to put on a knife. But with that said, that's a big undertaking. No matter which way you slice it, it's a big undertaking. It just is. So will I design my own knife at some point? Probably. Will it be sometime soon? No. When I do it, I'm going to make sure that it's done right. I'm going to make sure that the right OEM is lined up, the right materials are lined up. I'm going to make sure that it's going to be something that the community actually wants. And then I'm going to have some knife designer buddies of mine give it the once over and make sure that it's good, because I'm not a knife designer. But I know people who are, and I'll make sure to get that feedback before I start sending prototypes around. So I've got a plan. It'll take some time. What's up, Mr. Eddie? And shout out to Blue Minotti Ninja gifting 5 channel members. What? You're my boy, Blue. Thank you so much, man. And congrats to the 5 new connoisseurs and collectors of all things sharp and shiny. Welcome them in, guys. And thanks again, Blue. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for riding for the channel so hard. I definitely appreciate it. Ryan says, audio is pretty good. Never noticed any fuzz. I've just watched the playback. You know, I just watched the playback from Wednesday's live stream, and I noticed, at least on the playback, that there's this underlying fuzz. And maybe it's just my phone, but there's this underlying fuzz for like 3/4 of the video, and it drives me nuts. Like, usually if there's something going wrong with audio, people will let you know. So I know it's not a big deal. It just bothers me that it was there. When you spend the time, the money, and the effort to make sure that your audio is as clean as it can be, things like that will inevitably bother you. And it could just be the way that YouTube saved it. Could be my phone. I might be going insane. That's a possibility as well. Mike and Ike says, no fuzzy today. Right on, man. Jim confirming audio is clean. Right on. Nobody listens to Eric says, there's a slight crackle. Shut it all down. Shut it all down. Epic fail. Oh man. I'm just kidding. I won't shut it down. If it's bad, people let me know. I don't like doing maintenance on the live stream during the live stream. I try to spend the first 30 minutes before I go live making sure that everything's set up right. Because you'd think, you set up some equipment, you set up some settings, you set up some programs, and everything would just be the same every single time. But there's so many different pieces to my setup. Nothing ever stays the same. Sometimes I have to tweak things here or there. And especially with, I use a program called Streamlabs to set up my live stream. It's not like StreamYard, which 98% of other content creators in this space use. But I have way more control. The problem is that you really have to be on top of things because sometimes settings do not work the way they should. Hey, Knives Are Life, welcome in, man. And thank you for being a channel member. Good to see you. All right. I'm trying to catch up as quickly as I can. Ian Coates, what's up, man? Smash the like button for the channel mods, the unsung heroes, keeping these streets safe. What's up, Ian? Good to see you, brother. Paul for the win. Welcome in. Good to see you as well. All right. I'm burning through, trying to get to the bottom, trying to catch up. All right. Hold on. Oh, Lefty Knife Guy says, those ain't for cooking. We're talking about Dutch ovens again. I don't know if we should do that. I took an L on that one. Paul says, I'm here for the Dutch oven review. I just wonder, who's sitting there, looking at their notifications, I wonder when they're going to come out with the next review for the best Dutch oven ever. But apparently there is a community around that. It's probably a larger niche, I don't know, the camping community. I don't know. Lone Star says Dutch oven drama is as good as delicious cats. Hide your cats, hide your dogs, especially if you live in Ohio. Is that where they said that was happening? I don't know. Amos Damon says, we don't care who designs them, just keep the logos off it and make it dope. I agree. Give me a completely sterile blade. I don't need my logo everywhere. If I were to design a knife, the things that would be important to me, first of all, it has to be aesthetically pleasing to me. Because if I'm going to put my name on it, I want to be proud of that. There's some knives out there that I look at, I'm like, that could be a beautiful cutting implement, but if it's ugly, you're not going to carry it. The second big one, aside from aesthetics, is ergonomics. If I design a knife, it needs to be hand meltingly good. Think contoured handle scales. That's going to be an important one. I don't care so much about integral. The fact that integral knives exist is cool because it's much more difficult to make one, but there's no benefit to an integral knife over a slab style or a sandwich style, I guess. I care more about the handle scales being contoured because contoured handle scales are where you start getting into the hand meltingly good ergos. So it's got to look good, because if it doesn't look good, you're not going to carry it. It needs to handle well. It needs to feel good in the hand. because if it's uncomfortable, you're also not going to carry it. It needs to have a slicey cutting geometry. That's important. Some of the best knives in the world have slicey cutting geometries. Even something like the Spyderco Shaman. You know, it's one of Spyderco's thickest spines on a blade. Thick old blade, slicey. Super slicey. Don't believe me? Check it out. You have a Spyderco Shaman, slicey edge. It needs to cut well, because if it doesn't cut well, it doesn't have a purpose as a knife. It needs to be good for both utility and potentially self-defense, because if you are in a self-defense situation, the 0.0001% of the time, for some people maybe that's more, then it needs to be effective. The best weapon for self-defense is the one that's on you. And if you're carrying something like a knife for utility purposes, it's best that at the same time it can serve that function if it needs to. You know, hope for the best, plan for the worst. Let me know what you think. So those are the things that are jumping around in my head. T8 hardware is a must. Decent, wear-resistant type heat treat is a must. Cryo treat is a must. Pocket clip that is a one-handed operation in and out of the pocket must be accessible. That's a must. Like, these are things on my checklist. And it's not easy to take that and make it into something that is real. You have to start with a concept. So if you were curious, those are the things that would be a must for me if I were to design a knife. And I don't care if my name's on it or not. It would be something that I would have to be extremely proud of to do. And I don't think that I could enter into that lightly. I wouldn't just design one for the sake of designing one, just for the sake of selling a few hundred or whatever. I wouldn't do that. It has to be something good. And the steel has to be something good as well. I really like the idea of K390 because it's not used very much, but that limits you when in the search for the OEM. I like steels like, I would love to make one in Vanax. I'd love to make one in LC200N. LC200N would be cool. What OEMs are going to use that steel? Thinking out loud. Jim Miller says there was a Dutch oven newsletter back in the 80s. Hey, what's up, pocket razors? Guys, if you haven't done so yet, make sure you go and check out my man Pocket Razors. He runs his own channel. His live streams are relaxed. They're engaging at the same time. It's a good time. I drop in whenever I can. I depend so much on the YouTube notifications to let me know when Pocket Razors is live, because if I can, I'll drop by. He says Dutch ovens are serious business, Rollshambo. But are they? I mean, are they? How serious are they? Rambo says, I have been tuning out a bit on the YouTube creators with their own knives. Too often they all review each other's knives and never really critique them. Yeah, I haven't really made content on any of the content creator knives. I didn't do the Tri-Stash, although I did like the idea that one was using a button operated frame block. That was cool. I didn't check out any of Neve's knives, even though he said he would send some my way. I didn't really follow up on that. He had a ton of other people getting in line for that. I don't like sitting at the back end of a pass around group forever in a day, because if I do, by the time I get it, it's irrelevant and nobody cares anyways. And then Metal Complex, I'm pretty positive that Metal Complex has no idea who I am or that I have a YouTube channel about knives and EDC. And his knife is kind of expensive, even though I understand why it's expensive. So due to the price point and kind of my grail list that I have right now that I'm working towards, unfortunately, that's a no for me as well. So yeah, I haven't really critiqued any of them. I don't know if I will. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe if someone gets in on it and wants my opinion, maybe they'll loan me one. Nobody listens to Eric says, my artisan cutlery revel in MagnaCut arrived Monday. I've gone through a few band-aids recently. Ooh, sounds slicey. I haven't seen that one. What's up, Paul Mills? Welcome in, man. Good to see you. Bluetooth Blade says, Rollo, I will send you my PM2 and K390 to review if you want. So I've reviewed 2 different paramilitary 2s so far. And the hard part is that when you review the same knife model twice, in order to really differentiate that between, you know, reviewing that and reviewing the other 2 that I did, I'd have to do something different to make it worth it, to make it worth watching for people. So the only way I could truly do that is if I was to set up a cut test. And to be completely honest, I'm not really set up for heavy duty cut tests here. So Blue, I really appreciate you being willing to loan me your K390 paramilitary 2. I don't know if I could do it justice, and that is just my honest answer. Nobody listens to Eric says, will it be in S90V? If it is, it better be 60 to 62. I don't want none of this 59 is good enough baloney. If I do S90V, that manufacturer is going to feel it in their belts because they'll go through a lot of them. S90V would be cool. Van X would be cool. K390 would be cool. Highly unlikely, but it would be cool. I think I would probably, I like MagnaCut. I don't know if I would do it because I don't think it would stand out enough in MagnaCut. What other ones? CTS XHP would be cool. I really like the idea of that. I like S45VN. S45VN is good. LMAX at 60 to 62 is rare. Did you know that most companies do LMAX somewhere around 59 to 60? 62 Rockwell LMAX is a different beast altogether. So higher range LMAX would be cool. We'll see. We'll see. There's a lot of good options out there that people just do not consider. CTS XHP, in my opinion, is highly underrated. I would love for a knife to be made in that. S90V is amazing. It's one of my I would say S90V is in my top 3 knife steals. Anyways, Ian says, anyone see that Chavez ProTech collaboration? I think I have. I'm not entirely sure if I'm thinking of the right one. Hold on. Chavez X ProTech. Hold on. Maybe I haven't. I'm looking for it right now on the other side of my screen. Maybe I haven't seen that. I'm gonna need some more info. Ian, help a brother out. Hey, Wicked Dream Designs, welcome in, man. Good to see you. Talking about designing a knife, this man designed a crazy cool looking knife. And I'm not sure if the pre-order is still open or not. I think that it is. You know what? Let's go ahead and see if it is. Wicked Dream Design. Nefarious. Talk about a really cool name for a knife. The Nefarious. That's really, really badass. All right. And it looks like the pre-order is still open. And I like the new pictures. I think these are new pictures, right? Look at that. Look at that. That is wild in a really good way. It says hardware in this photo will be black PVD coated for this option. Okay. So are we talking like the pivot and the screws and the backspacer? Because I mean, I'll keep it 100% with you. I believe that I actually kind of like the way that it's looking right now. I like the gray personally. I think that it goes well with the look of that distressed, those distressed handles, or at least the handles look distressed from my end. I don't know. Just speaking out loud. Beautiful knife. I don't think I've ever seen a Tanto look like that before. That's really cool. It's like an upside down Spanish razor tip. I bet it absolutely murders the Amazon boxes. Yeah, guys, if you didn't know about this, or if you didn't know, check it out. Pre-order is still up, although I have a feeling that it won't be up forever. So get in on that if you can, if you want to. It's wickeddreamdesigns.com. Shout out to Wicked Dream Designs. Thanks for joining in the chat, man. All right. All right, I'm scrolling. I know, I know that I need to catch up. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna just go ahead and catch up. My chat disconnected a couple times. That was a $5 super, Blue. Thanks, man. I think I missed that. Did I miss that was a super? Thank you so much for supporting the channel, dude. I really appreciate that. I'm sorry if I missed that was a super. I was getting into the monologue. All right. Rebel Rouser, welcome in, man. Blue Toothblade says, Rollo, I can send you my full auto BB gun. I don't know if I could do that justice either. Sterling Stoots, what's up? He says, want to try skiffs on my Jan Chevron. Ooh. That's one that I kind of wish that I had gotten in on. It looked really cool. Ian says, it's on their Insta. You will jizz. Oh, well, you know what? Instagram it is. Let's find out. Is it on Chavez? Or is it on... All right, hold on. I have a feeling you mean that it's on Protex. Protech Knives. Why am I having a hard time finding Protech on Instagram? Chavez. Why? Protech Knives Instagram. Why? Oh, okay, I missed a hyphen. That's probably why. All right. And I'll show you guys what we're talking about here. In 3, 2, 1, go. Bam. There it is. That looks pretty good. It looks like a Chavez. And is that an abalone button? All right, I'm going to read this. Protech's description on this is rather long, so bear with me. I might just skip through a bunch of it, but it says, Ramon Chavez is known for his heavy-duty, hard-use designs and quality engineering. This principle is pervasive. It's a good word, pervasive. Throughout his custom models, all the way down to the trademark large skull clip, the unmistakable sign of a Chavez design. Protech is a proud partner with Chavez to produce the most premium auto available of his signature design, the Redemption. Built with extreme attention to detail. Okay, come on, tell me about it. Quit giving me lip service, Protech. Black pearl inlaid push button. That's black pearl. I have a black pearl button on my my Strider, my PT Strider. It doesn't look blue like that though. Maybe it's the angle. Maybe it is the angle. So it's the automatic Redemption, guys. Please tell me you used a steel other than M390. Come on, Van Axe. It doesn't say. It looks good. It looks really good. Something about that button. And of course, shout out to Ramon Chavez for going back to the hidden screw design on his pocket clips. That is much better. than having the screws there, the hardware there that looked like a couple horns. Yeah, that's much better. Yeah, my black pearl button on my ProTech does not look like that. That looks blue. And I think that's why it looks so cool. The custom steel Redemption features solid steel handles with blasted and stonewash finish, mirror polished compound grind, modified Sanso. Okay. I mean, I'm not surprised. Honestly, I'm actually a little bit surprised that that's not aluminum. It's going to be a heavy boy if those are steel handles. Damn. That's steel, huh? How much is it going to cost? How much is it going to cost? I mean, because on one hand, mirror polished compound grinds, you know, like that's not easy. It makes me think that that's going to be in like 154 cm. Steel handles, mirror polished compound grind. Ah, Mike Irie. I'll bet you $50 right now. It's 154 cm. Let's see if there's anyone asking that same question. Nobody's asking what the blade steel is. Interesting. All right. Thank you for letting me know where we could find it, Ian. John Tagamori says, got an email from SPK Lamia dropping tomorrow. Well, for many of you, you heard it here first. The SPK Lamia dropping tomorrow. I'd definitely go over to their website and get some more info if you're interested in that. All right, we're jumping. Hold on. Lefty says, they have sodbuster knives, but I'm doing the tater digger. I'm not sure I follow. What's the tater digger? You can't use this newfangled slang with me. I don't understand it. Sterling says knife standards RR3 stone milled and Asher S20V. Excuse me. An S20V blue carbon fiber today. S20V. Hold on. I'm looking this up. S20V. I'm not familiar with that steel. S20V. The one I can see on their website, and I'll pop this over, is Vanax. Good looking knife though. Look at that. Great looking knife. They should lose the wire clip. I'm sure you could do a wire clip replacement on that. All right. You know what? While we're doing the screen share, let's go ahead and check out the members only Discord. In case you're watching this later, or in case you didn't know, members only Discord is available to channel members. Invite link is in my YouTube community page, and channel members can see the invite link in my community page. So yeah, there you go. Let's see who's starting us off today with today's pocket check. Drinkwater's coming in hot with a good one. Oh man. And you know what? That is a good one. Look at that. He's got a Warncliffe Little Native and a Hinderer XM18 buoy with the flipper tab delete. And I really like that, man. I really like that. Like that one, I was in strong consideration for that one when I got this one. But I had an opportunity to get not only a blade shape that I really wanted, but also the show scale that I really wanted. And so that was ultimately the deciding factor for me. I have no regrets. I chose what I wanted, but that buoy was really, really close. That looks great. It's important to stay hydrated. Very nice carry. Bluetooth Blades is coming in hot. He's got a man. That is the Mokutai, right? That's Mokutai, full Mokutai on the QSP Penguin. Didn't I review one that was? I may have reviewed one that was super maxed out like that. And then of course the Kickstop Chavez Redemption with the Lightning ANO. That's a crazy cool carry, man. I like that you went all out on that. It's not monochromatic, but it does match. That's cool. Kevin Smith coming in with one of my recent favorite knives of the, like, oh man, I can't go through a live without talking about this knife. Now mine, I switched out the hardware for Timascus. No regrets there. The freaking tall boy, come on. Is it the best knife under 200 bucks this year? It might be. It might be. It's only September. We've got 3 more months. Maybe somebody will prove to be the match, or maybe Devo will just end up competing with themselves. As of right now, I don't know anybody that's beating them under 200 bucks. A Mark P's coming in hot with an 8010 and a Sawtooth Dave regrind on that with, are those titanium handles on that 8010? Or are those raw aluminum? That looks great. The one downside when you do a regrind on a black blade is that the regrind doesn't look as clean as if it had been a satin blade. But it doesn't matter, because I bet you that is extremely slicey. What a good looking knife. And you know what? It continues the theme here because it's kind of a satin and black, and then on the handles it's, you know, a raw finish with the black hardware. So I take it back. That, you know what, that actually does look really good. I know he doesn't watch my channel either, but he's a cool dude. Shout out to Sawtooth Dave. All right. Chris Suarez in the pocket check says, Rollshambo, you got one. A tall boy? Oh yeah. Or are we talking about a different knife? I have no idea. A1 Sneaky Beast coming in with his purple Nurple tall boy. That's a good one. Also with the Timascus kit. He knows. He knows. The Timascus just adds so much more depth. It's not for everybody. Some people are going to look at that and say, you know what, I prefer the regular color scheme, and that's fine. That's fine. Personally, me, the purple Nurple tall boy with the Timascus just has more depth in my opinion. Every day, this is a contender in my pocket. Today, what did I carry? I guess I should probably should have led with that. What did I carry today? It was an all-American carry today. Carried this guy. Heretic Wraith V4 with the DLC blade, the glow carbon fiber, the tritium firing button, which is also DLC coded, by the way. You want to talk about an American-made company who is making moves recently. Heretic is doing some amazing things. And I really like what they're coming out with. The Wraith V4. Honestly, I wish that they did a frame lock version of this knife. Not to say that I don't love this one. Like, This is one of those knives that really got me to reconsider my rule of no out the side automatic knives. If you've seen that episode, you know what I'm talking about. I'll spare you the monologue. Go watch that video. Dazed is coming in hot. Oh, Dazed is carrying a really cool new knife from Kubi. That is the Kubi Silo, which looks fantastic. Super aggressive, lots of jimping, big ol' worn cleaver, sheep's cliff. It's cool. It's cool. It's a James Lowe design. Hold on. I reached out to them, by the way. They said, we'll look into it. I was like, hey, can I check this out? People on my channel want me to review this. And they said, we'll look into it. I don't know. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Speaking of worn cleavers, Lefty Knife Guy, check that out. I know what that is. That is a dead Reckon Ridgeback in the actual worn cleaver style. Really cool knife. Really, really cool. That one is going to be some things that I love about the dead Reckon Ridgeback, especially the aluminum version, which is a little less expensive than the titanium version. Some people are tuning out. They're like, no, titanium. Listen, there are some benefits aside from it costing less. That is, so it's 7071 or 7 series aluminum, which has been hard coat anodized. That is way more scratch resistant than any titanium that you can get. Also, the 7 series aircraft grade aluminum is very strong. It's extremely corrosion resistant. It is very, very, very good. Most of the time when we have aluminum handle skills, we get 60, 65 aircraft grade aluminum, which is also good, but it's not as good. When you do a hard coat ano on the 7 series aluminum, you get an extremely wear resistant handle, which is really nice. It's also much lighter than titanium. It has a higher strength ratio, believe it or not. And people don't understand that. They're just like, well, it's got to be titanium or it's not as good. There is some benefits. There is some benefits to 7075 or 7 series aluminum. Anyways, the one that I had a kind of like a battle worn finish. I kind of wish that I hadn't sold it. Oh well. You live, you learn. Jim Miller, he's carrying a Omizio Fixie 70s vintage sodbuster, Rosecraft Mosquito, and a Lake Moose. Man, look at that overcast skies. Staying clear of the hurricane, Jim, I hope, man. Beautiful photo, though. Very nice. A very practical carry, too. You can tell that Jim uses his blades frequently for work. Fish bag with his customary fistful of knives. He's got the Cold Steel Mayhem. He's got a Cold Steel Silver Eye, Golden Eye, a slip joint, which I have no idea, and then what looks like a Hawkbill style blade that I also cannot identify. What a crazy carry, man. That's cool. Now the real question is, how big are your pockets? That's a lot of knives. I like it. Mr. Eddie's coming in hot. He's got, that's the Rob Johnson cedar, right? A couple of Rob Johnsons. Is that what I'm looking at here? Good looking knives. Mr. Eddie. Just flexing on the pocket check today. All right. Look at that. That is a modified Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And I do not recognize those handles. What are those handles made out of? Are those a resin-based handle scale? I'm not entirely sure. but kudos on your modified Spyderco. All right, guys. If you have a pocket check and you're in the Discord, feel free to pop it in there. For now, we're going to head on back to the regular chat. All right. Chat's going wild. Oh, Lefty Knife Guy says 7075. Yep. 7075 aluminum or 7 series. I've heard it referred to both ways. Hey, Kevin Smith and Knives, welcome in, man. All right, Patina Turner, I haven't seen you in a hot minute. He says aluminum also bends before it snaps, so it's more forgiving. We use it a lot in our race cars on parts that were prone to taking abuse to avoid breaking hard mounts and vital components. Yeah, aluminum is underrated. It's easier to machine. It's generally less expensive to make out than to make into mill than titanium. So there's a reason why it's less expensive, but it doesn't make it a bad handle skill material at all. 7075 aluminum is awesome, and I wish that we could get that as a standard from especially from American knife companies. Like, okay, you're not going to use titanium, totally understand, but there is no real benefit to using 6061 aluminum over 7075. There's a whole lot of benefits to make your handle skills out of 7075. I wish it was a standard. Welcome into Josh. Good to see you, man. Jim Miller says that Saudi is gutted and skinned mini deer. Dad gave it to me. Man, it's standing the test of time. Craig Vincent says, that's a light carry. That's my light work. I believe it. Rob Johnson, Cedar and Cypress Nottingham pen. Yeah, just flexing on the pocket check channel, Mr. Eddie. Keep flexing, man. Those are beautiful knives. Love seeing those. Lone Star says those Spyderco handles look like raisin blasted. No, we're not doing this. We're not bringing in the raisins, okay? We're not doing that today. Not today. We'll do that on another day. Gas Station Knives Forever, good to see you. He says the yellow PM2 is acid wash anno aluminum. Interesting. I didn't know that. I didn't know that people did an acid wash on aluminum. Oh, Lefty says, I heard 775 is twice as much as 6061, but it's less expensive than titanium. I rest my case, and it's not as hard to machine as titanium either. So it would achieve something that I believe is important. It would achieve a balance between 6065 and titanium. You give me that mid option right there. I don't know if people would really understand that though. I don't know if they would. They'd be like, aluminum, it should be like $100 less. All right. Mr. Eddie says, I can't. The Knight's Edge has all my nice knives. Neil. Shout out to Neil from the Knight's Edge, by the way. I popped in his live stream earlier today. He was celebrating passing the 2,000 subscriber mark. Make sure you go on over to the Knight's Edge and check out my boy Neil. He's doing good things over there, and he's on the come up. Great channel, great person. You could do a lot worse than giving Mr. Neil over at the Knight's Edge a follow. Craig says, I'm on a fixie trip. My last 6 knife purchases were all fixed blades. You know, I would love to get into fixed blades. I like them. I just don't have a regular carry use scenario for them. You know, pocket knife, slide it in the pocket, whatever. Go throughout my day. And I have uses for a pocket knife. It would just kind of feel weird to me, you know, carrying around a fixed blade when most of the things that I would use a knife for, I can get away with a pocket knife. Otherwise, I'd love to get into fixed blades. Maybe if I had the space to actually test them, that would be cool. Snot Rake says 7075 is exactly 1014 aluminums better than 6061. Well played. Gas Station Knife says, I was wrong. I just checked. They are raisin blasted. Hey, man, you guys are going hard in the paint. Josh says, you still need a multi-$1,000 tool to machine both materials. It ain't cheap. It ain't cheap. It is less expensive to machine aluminum than titanium, though. All right. All right, guys. So, if I've got a little bit of a news break. I'll turn the music down for a second. I'm working on a knife sale right now. We're working on building some funds for the channel so that we are not just relying on the collaborations with companies for review content, but also because I'm a connoisseur of this hobby. So, currently working on a knife sale to boost channel funds. I'm calling it the Scary Good Knife Sale. And I think I'm going to find a way to do it a bit differently than channels normally do. And I was kind of curious. So I'm going to go ahead and put up a poll in the chat. So you're welcome to answer this poll with a chat, or you could just answer the poll. How or would you be interested in seeing a knife sale during the channel live? Simple answer, yes or no. And this time around, I did not put in a funny third answer, because when I do that, people always end up choosing that. So I have an idea for how I would do a knife sale. And it's because, for one, all my live streams save as regular content to my channel after the fact anyways. So I thought that it would be cool to have a sale during one of my lives. I would have a form set up, and I would show a knife during the live, and then I would pop a link into the chat, and maybe it could even be auction style. I don't know. I just think that it would be a lot of fun to do that. You know what? What do you think, guys? Because most of the other sales either happen on community posts, in Discord posts, in Instagram posts. People are flocking to whatnot. But this would be different. I'd still have to kind of work out the logistics. I might just drop it as a regular piece of content and do members only first, and give members only the first 24 hours, to call dibs on any pieces that they want, and then open it up to the regular YouTube audience after that. So that's probably what I could do. But I do think that it could be cool. It could be fun, a different kind of live stream. And that way I could give the people who support the live streams the opportunity, the first crack at it. What do you think? Let me know, guys. I'm going to bring back in the music now. All right. So I asked, would you be interested in seeing a knife sale live during the channel live? So far, there's 30 votes, and 90% of you guys are saying yes. Only 10% are saying no. That's crazy. We might have to do the Scary Good Knife Sale live. I'm going to leave the poll open. Give me your thoughts. Gas Station Knives Forever says, I'll give you $5 for your scary pumpkin knife. I don't have a scary pumpkin knife. Lone Star says, I got 99 problems and a flick ain't one. Nice. Welcome into Oculus Dexter. He says no auction. No, it wouldn't be an auction. It would just be, this is the knife that I'm selling. This is the price. And then whoever submits the form first would receive an invoice, like PayPal invoice, and they'd pay it. So it wouldn't be auction style. I don't want to run an auction. If I did, I would actually do that on Whatnot. That's a platform actually set up for it. All right, Rambo Adventure says, my Max Ace Neptune 7075 handles wicked and huge SLD magic blades and got them all under $100. Amazing OTFs. Man, are the Max Ace Neptunes still sold out? Are they still sold out? Hold on. Max Ace, because I know for a while there people just couldn't get them. Neptune. All right, screen share. This item is no longer available. Oh, you know why? Because Blade Binge does not allow you to sell OTF knives, or at least they didn't last time I checked. That listing probably got taken down. Can you find them on White Mountain Knives? Neptune. Not a tostada. What about on maxaceknives.com? I think they're still sold out everywhere. Hey, maxaceknives.com is available for $2,000. Come on, Max Ace. Get on top of that. Wow. I think they're still sold out everywhere. It doesn't matter how much something costs if you can't buy it because it's not available. And that is a sad, sad truth. That means that they did not have enough inventory to meet demand. I'm disappointed in you, Max Ace. I really am. All right. Craig Vincent says, how about we just donate knives for you to sell? Then you don't have to sell your knives. You know, that would be extremely generous of everyone. Totally not necessary. Here's the thing. One of the reasons why I don't mind doing a knife sale is that I have a very limited space. Also, I like to carry knives that are in my collection. My amount of space has been greatly diminished. And so, one, I need more funds. I need more funds to do more things that I want for the channel. Two, I need more space. And while all of the knives that I'm looking to sell are great knives, the sad truth is that I just don't have, there's not enough days in the week to carry everything. And I have so many great pieces that I want to carry. And also, many of these were knives that were provided to the channel for review, meaning that I didn't pay for them. So that's cool, because when I take a knife that normally would have cost somebody, you know, let's say $200, and I knock 50% off for a secondhand market price, that means that somebody gets a knife that has not been hard used, that they don't have to spend full price on, that they already have a review from me on, because, you know, I've already made content for it. It supports the channel. It frees up space. It's just a win all around. So many of these, I would say a good amount of them actually, are pieces that were provided for review. So that means that you're getting something that you would normally have to pay twice as much for. The majority of the knives that I'm going to list are going to be listed as like 50% off retail price, plus $10 average for shipping. So 50% retail, plus $10 shipping. Everybody wins. I get funds for the channel. You get a like new knife for 50% of what it would have normally cost. I free up space. I continue to get more stuff in. The cycle continues. So I think it's a win-win situation. You know, if people want to donate knives to the channel, I think that's really awesome, but you definitely don't have to. You guys are amazing. You support this channel so much already. It's definitely not necessary. Ian Coates says, "Whatnot sucks. It's just creators profiting off their subscribers." I just don't have time for it, man. It's one more platform I just do not have time for. Some people really enjoy using it. Josh says, maybe he wants to sell them, Craig. You know, I'll put it to you like this. All of these are knives that I like, genuinely. But if it's on the selling block, it's because I just don't have the ability. I don't have the time to carry it like I should. I've been trying to keep my collection a lot smaller. You know, when I did an inventory and I saw just how many that I had, I realized that things had grown quite a bit more than I had expected. I need the space. Plus, I think it'd be cool to sell some of these to people for half of what they would have to pay for them otherwise. In this economy, come on, that'd be great. Rambo says batch 2 sold out in days. Yeah, I believe that. In the Neptune. Jim Miller says 2 releases is all I ever heard of. That's a failure on Max Ace's part. They need to do more releases. Hey, Darkwater, thank you for the $2 super. He says, been too long, roll heading to BW with my sons. To Blade Show West. Nice. That's really cool, man. I hope you have a great time. Hey, welcome into Chase R. Thanks for being a channel member. He says, I picked up one of the North Arms knives. I am intrigued after your upload. North Arms. You mean North Mountain? North Mountain? This guy, dude? This is cool. Okay, so this is the North Mountain Blades Chop 2. And that is real Sanmai, which is beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And some people liken Sanmai to Damascus in that these days it is primarily used for aesthetics. However, the difference between Sanmai and Damascus is that Damascus really only like 99.9% of the time you don't really get a useful benefit out of Damascus other than it looks good. You know, there's going to be some exceptions for specific Damascus, like Damasteel, Damacor. Those are performance oriented Damascus. But Sanmai actually serves a utilitarian purpose, and it's been around for forever. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years, like 1500 AD or something ridiculous like that. You know, you're basically cladding a hard steel with good edge retention and a couple layers of tough steel to increase the toughness. So, you know, back before we had all of this technology, you know, back in the time of the samurai, back in medieval times, a Sanmai blade gave you both strength and edge retention. And also it looks really freaking cool. These blades are made in Japan. I've confirmed that. The blades are made in Japan. The handles still made in China, whatever. This is oddly impressive. I was skeptical at first, but honestly, it's oddly impressive. They have some cool stuff over there at North Mountain. And they gave me a discount code. They let me pick it. I don't have an affiliate link, but I do have a discount code. So you know what? Let's do this. Instead of just talking, I'll show you guys. Check this out. This is so cool. First of all, for those of you who like fixed blades, check that out. That's gorgeous. That fixed blade right there. It's like they've got Barbarian Brawny taking their photos. Brawny, are you out there? Is that you? Oh man, check this out. They've got some pretty cool stuff on here, especially if you like fixed blades. There's one that I'm really interested in called the Quaken. And I know that's been an overused name, but they've got exactly 2 of these left. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Now it is front flipper only on that one. Beautiful Sanmai construction. I think that's also SLD magic. Hold on. But they got a lot of different ones. I'm seeing a lot of different carbon fiber options. The silver twill is pretty cool too. Ah, that did not work. Beautiful. Beautiful. Whoa. Anyways, they've got some cool stuff. And for those of you who like fixed blades, look at that. $300 for that bad boy. As an enthusiast, I really like that. They also have done some work with Nemoto, which is a Japanese designer. The Sakura blade. Nemoto is a prominent Japanese designer. And I asked them, I said, hey, by any chance, well, zoomed in too far. I said, by any chance, do you do the OEM work for Katsu? And they said that they've worked with Katsu, but they're not a direct OEM. Primarily, some of their stuff looks similar because both Katsu and North Mountain Blade both work with Nemoto design. Yeah, that's cool. I don't care who you are. That is freaking cool. I want one. I do not have a practical use for it, but I still want it. And I'm man enough to admit that. That is 100%. that is just cool. I really like that. The Asura. What? Check that out. That's crazy. That's absolutely bananas. Like, I'm over here drooling over some fixed blades. Anyways, I came here for a reason. I want to see if RSB10 works on more than just the Chop 2. So the RSB10 will get you 10% off over there. They were kind enough to provide that to my audience. So if you're looking at North Mountain Blades, use RSB10. It should give 10% off. I know that it works on the Chop 2. I'm going to see if it works on any of their other knives as well. Because on something like this Asura Nemoto, that could save you an extra, what, close to $30? Let's find out. Let's find out. Is there a spot? Is there a, where's the spot? Aha. RSB10, does it work on other things? Yes, it does. I need to update the Discord. I keep a list of my channel discount codes. So it 100% works on other products, guys. 100% works on other products. That's cool. Anyways. Man, look at some of the crazy carbon fiber options they've got on these. that jimping is bananas. So cool. All right. I'm monologuing too much. Back to the chat. Yeah, John Tagamori says Max Ace Neptune's been sold out for forever. Forever. It's true. Wicked Dream Design says Scary Good Knife Live, do it. I might. And you know, I have I might even see if I should sell one of my modified Spydercos. Most of the time, there's not a market for that. Sometimes there is. I might put one up and see if people would actually want to buy one. Or maybe not. Let's not get too crazy. I love all my children. John says, waiting for Axial Shifts OTF. Didn't they just do a recent release? All right, back to the screen share. Axial. I should have a discount code for them too. Hold on. Axial Knives. Yeah, so they recently released the new version of the Shift. MagnaCut. So they did a run in MagnaCut. They did one in Crewwear too. Very interesting. 7075 T6 aluminum. Very cool. Sold out. Bummer. Not sold out of all colors though. That's cool. 229. I am relatively positive that I still have a discount code for Axial. I don't know if it's still working or not. If it is, I'll see what I can do. But I'm pretty sure this is the latest version of the Shift from them. Green. So what's sold out? Black is sold out. Purple is sold out. Red is sold out. Green is not. At least for the double-edged. What about the Warncliffe? Black. Purple is unavailable. Gold is unavailable. Turquoise unavailable. Everything's unavailable except for the black, which is sold out. Got it. Clip point. This would probably be my choice personally. Black is sold out. Red. Everything is sold out for the clip point. Of course. Of course it is. But they have some available. Yeah. Gas Station Knives says North Arm makes stellar knives too. Skaha 2 is pretty great, especially for the price. Interesting. I don't think I've ever checked out North Arms. I thought that comment that I highlighted before was for North Mountain Blades because they mentioned after seeing my video. And I've never made a video on North Arm knives. So let's see. North Arm Knives. There's a lot of knife companies out there, guys. Cut me a break. Let's see. All right. North Arm Knives is 100%. Yep. You know what? Maybe I have seen this before. Did I see this on Metal Complex's channel? I probably did. Store. Folding knives. Are they like the TRM of Canada? Is that what's going on here? The Skaha 2. Yeah, I definitely saw this on Metal Complex's channel. Okay. Okay. $264. Flipper tab only blade finish. Solid looking knife. It's $264 USD. Are they the TRM of Canada? They might be. Yeah, those look solid. Thanks for reminding me about this company. And it looks like they're available too. All right. So they are available. Very cool. I might have to look into that some more. Lone Star Cowboy says he is luckily not a G-baller. Never see him over there like right now. Hey, you know what? I've hopped into more G-Ball Vision live streams than he's hopped into mine, and that is a fact. Jim Miller says JD for EDC tested civivi Damascus. It did well. Nice. Here's the hard part when it comes to cut testing with knives. If you're trying to narrow down how much of it is the steel and how much of it is the edge and blade geometry, because a knife with slicier, thinner edge and blade geometry is going to perform better than a knife that doesn't, that has a broader, more obtuse, more the geometry is more for durability, like for a fixed blade, for example. So here's the hard part. To truly test that out, you would have to compare that same knife against, it would have to be the same knife. That's one of the reasons why I really like the Spyderco Mule Team, because the Spyderco Mule Team, you can compare different blade steels, but it's the same knife, same cutting geometry, same blade geometry, and the only difference is the blade steel. So the hard part is that specifically with Damascus, when we don't necessarily know what the 64 herbs and spices are, I have to ask the question, how much of that is the cutting geometry? We don't know. Dr. Laren Thomas has said many times, when it comes to edge retention specifically, notice I didn't say wear resistance, I said edge retention. Specifically, the most important part is going to be, aside from your Rockwell hardness, assuming that it's properly hard, it's going to be the geometry. So I have to ask that question, how much of that is the blade steel composition and how much of it is the geometry? I didn't see that video, so honestly, I don't know. That's just something to think about. Chase R says, yeah, I wanted to check out the Sanmai on it for $80. It's worth a look. Dude, this is cool. And what's really nice is that even, I know that so many people watch that and they're like, I hate button locks. I get bored with button locks too. The things that bring it around for me are, like the Japanese style blade. I really like how they did the G10 handle scales on here. The brass backspacer is nice. I've never had a knife with actual Sanmai construction that looks gorgeous. And I love the fact that it's not just for aesthetic purposes, but it also serves the purpose of making the blade perform better. Like, that's cool. That's just cool to me. I nerd out over these things. Ian Coates says, guys, just keep roll talking. Oh man, is it because we already passed the 9 p.m. mark? It might be. John Tagamori says, the 15-inch mini sword looks cool. It really does. Hey, shout out to Darkwater for another $2 super. He says, what is the discount code for North Mountain Blade? It's RSB10. So RSB and then the number 10. I'll pop it back up here on the screen. Hold on. North Mountain Blade. And I'll show you what that looks like here. Hold on. Zooming in. Whoa. So, boom. RSB 10 will take 10% off. And on a purchase like, for example, this Asura Nemoto in ZDP 189, talk about a really cool blade steel. That's a $280 knife, and it drops $28 off the top of that guy. There you go. 10% off on northmountainblade.com. Gosh, that's a really cool fixed blade. Freaking fixed blades. I really like them. I just don't know how to do them any justice. Maybe I need to figure that out. Like, I get it. Like, that's pink and white and black. that still looks cool to me. The other part that I like is that is ZDP 189 and what looks like a hand rub satin finish. I really need to get away from this webpage. This webpage is dangerous. It only weighs 3.3 ounces. 7 inches overall, EDC sized. They've got that ZDP 189 at 65 Rockwell, heat treated by Yamada Industrial Company. I don't know what that means. I know that it's Japanese. All right. Hold on. I'm checking in on the poll. Would you be interested in seeing a knife sale live during the channel live? And notice I said sale, not auction, a knife sale. 83% of people said yes. 52 votes, 17% said no. Barbarian Bronny in the house. Good to see you, Bronny. Hey, question for you real quick. Did you do any photography for North Mountain Blade? I saw this on their webpage. I was like, that kind of looks like Bronny's work. Is that you, Bronny? Did you do the photography? That looks like your work, man. It looks great. I had to ask. That's the first thing I thought when I went to their webpage and I saw that. I was like, that looks like something that Bronny would do. John says, I'm waiting for Jared Neve's misdemeanor K390 and razor thin blade geometry. Me too. And supposedly it should be, it's not going to be just a pre-order, but it looks like a really crazy good cutting knife. And it has that ting. You know, the ting. You flick it out and it makes the sound. And that shouldn't be a deciding factor for people, but it is. Knives and Pizza, what's up? Good to see you. Rambo Adventure says, try to get into skinning to enjoy your fixie roll. Bow hunters unite. You know, I did a bit of bow hunting when I was a younger man. And I say younger, I'm in my mid-30s, but I did a little bit growing up in the Pacific Northwest. I don't do that anymore. I don't go hunting anymore. You know, living in the city, it's just not necessary. Jim Miller says, get a smaller fixie and scout carry it roll. I have a video on that, actually, believe it or not. It's one of my older videos. If you go to my channel and, well, maybe it's not a scout carry, it's appendix carry. I prefer appendix carry. I don't like carrying on the back. I think the difference between scout carry and appendix carry is appendix carry, it's on your waistband. And scout carry, it's behind your back. Now, scout carry, the hard part is that it's not really an efficient way to draw it. I'm pretty positive I have a video on that. Hold on. Hold the phone. So if you go to my channel and you go to videos and you search by oldest, did I take that video down? I may have. Man, some of my older thumbnails. Yeah, there it is. How to EDC a fixed blade. You got 2,300 views over 2 years ago. Yeah. Yeah, I do have a video on that. Cool. I thought I did. It was the third video I ever made for this channel. I have some fixed blades, and I'll show you what I got. All right. So I have a few more than these, but these are just the interesting ones. I'm going to start with probably what is the most interesting. This is the SRK Banshee. in A2 tool steel. And this one has the, it's American made. Arizona. Yeah. Sky Raider knives. The Sky Raider knives Banshee. It's got the retention ring on there. You know what? If I could go back in time, would I have gotten the version without the retention ring? Yeah. I think it just carries better without the ring. But it's a nice grip. So that's one of them. I have carried this. Then we've got this guy. This is the BPS Knives Beta, made in Ukraine. Micarta handle scales. This is handmade in Ukraine, guys. This guy is cool. I actually did a video on this more recently, within the last couple of months. And this is a knife that made me want to do a bushcrafting video, or like testing out doing bushcrafting techniques. Even though I'm not a bushcrafter, I think it'd be fun to do like some batoning. Like, this is a knife that I wouldn't feel bad about batoning with. This is a knife I wouldn't feel bad about feather sticking with. It's really comfortable. Nice knife. Shout out to BPS Knives. I've got this guy right here, which is cool. This is a cold steel Kobun. And this knife is just cool. It, you know, Tanto style. Love it. Cold steel Kobun. And then probably my favorite is this one. And this is a smaller fixed blade. This is the Axial Alpine. And I love this guy. Like, this is MagnaCut with titanium handle scales. Really slicey cutting geometry. This is a EDC style fixed blade. And it slices really good. I have carried this. When I carry this, I carry it appendix carry. So not scout carry on the back, appendix carry on the front. Easy to access. Shirt slides over it. People don't know I'm carrying a small fixed blade. Really accessible. I like it. Very popular knife from Axial Knives. The Axial Alpine. And you can get this in a couple different blade shapes too. You can get it, like, this is the drop point. You can get it in a Warncliffe. You can get it in a Tanso. Of course, for me, and you can tell this is how you know that I've been carrying this horizontally instead of vertically. Pull the dot loops. And that is a must for me when I carry a fixed blade, because I really like carrying appendix carry on small EDC fixies. All right, I'm gonna have to put my my fixed blade drawer back together now, but it was worth it. Oh man, I really want to check out this fixed blade too. Come on, North Mountain Blade. Why do you do this? Something about like blades that are made in Japan is just cool. It's true. Mr. Eddie says, Rollshambo, you need a Mr. Eddie pocket razor fixie. Dude, I'm open to it. I just, right now, I need to sell some knives so that I can make room for more knives. It's kind of the vicious cycle like that. Rambo says, I love a nicely crafted bush. Bushcrafting. Oh, man. Lone Star says, we all know who is using the small intestine carry. Oh, no. Let's not get into that. Poop knife drama. Gas Station Knife says, I think I'm ready to go MagnaCut in the kitchen. You know, I think that it would actually be really, MagnaCut would be great in the kitchen, because you can, I would say MagnaCut at 60 to 61 would be perfect for a kitchen knife, and here's why. Because on kitchen knives, they have really thin cutting geometry, so you're not worried about so much about the wear resistance. At 60 to 61, it's going to have far better corrosion resistance, which is very important on kitchen knives because you're cutting through all types of stuff, right? And like, if you cut a lemon, that's corrosive. It's acidic. So you want the more corrosion resistance. It's also going to be tougher. You need it to be tougher to handle that more slender cutting geometry. So MagnaCut 60 to 61, I think would actually be perfect in the kitchen. 14C is an amazing steel for kitchen knives because of that exact same reason. Very tough, very corrosion resistant, and at that lower edge angles, you're not going to have so much of an issue holding that edge. I'm going to go ahead and end the poll because I think the people have spoken. I think people want to see the Scary Good Knife sale live. So we might do that. 82% of people said yes. 17% said no. What happened to the other 1%? I'm not the best at math, but even I know that only equates to 99%. Come on, YouTube. Come on. Mr. Eddie says, I'll trade you for something. It's small that fits in the pocket. Yeah, we might have to have a conversation on that. He says, I also have 2 Skahas. Let me know if you want to check one out. Right on, man. I will definitely let you know. Gas Station Knife says, Rollshambo, if you hiding blades and weapons on your body, check Wingard Wearables. Is that Wingard or Wingard? I know I just butchered that pronunciation. Wingard Wearables. Okay, you've piqued my interest. Back to the screen share. Wingard Wearables. Whoa, that's crazy. You see that man just pull a tomahawk right out of his pant leg? Like, you think you're cool when you carry a fixed blade. How many people EDC a tomahawk? I'm not cool like that. Back ripper. That guy is ready. You would never know he's carrying a tomahawk. Business meeting, tomahawk. Grocery shopping, tomahawk. If you're not EDCing a tomahawk, what are you even doing? That's crazy cool. Wow, he really named this one the dick pic. All right. What is going on here? The dick pic. The dick pic multi-tool packs. Pricking, picking, prying, and light percussive hammering into a slim size that could be comfortably worn along the front of your waistline or tucked in your pocket. What a name. It's attention grabbing. I get it. It's approximately 6.5 inches long, 3 inches from hammer face to prying edge. That's a multi-tool, huh? That's crazy. The stuff that I learned. This one's called the Love Handle. The Love Handle. 80 CRV2, very nice. Great for a fixed blade. Or AEBL stainless, also great for a fixed blade. Grip scales are black paper micarta, secured with black paper micarta pins. Interesting. Some of these tomahawks are crazy. Look at this one. This one's the Sparrowhawk, $425. Damn. All right. All right, guys. I am fading. It has been a long day for me. So I'm going to go ahead and call it a night because I am fading. Wow, we went for an hour and a half this time. I promised you guys, and I will continue to promise you this, I won't stop live streams simply because they passed the hour mark. I'm sure people will come. I'm sure they will go. But I don't know if I can ever promise 2 hours. That's a lot for me on any given night because I'm so busy. But I promised you guys that I would not just stop at an hour for the sake of stopping at an hour. And so that's why the last 2 or 3 live streams have gone over that mark. Thank you guys for rolling with me, for sticking around in the live stream. If you just showed up, I'm so sorry that now we're ending. But know this, we will be back again on Wednesday. This next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, we will be live again. And I will see you there. 8 p.m. Mountain, 10 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. Central, or 7 p.m. Pacific. So I hope you can make it. If not, that's totally fine. But I hope you can make it. I'll see you guys there, guys.